Hey guys, Kenji aka NumotTheNummy here, bringing you an M12 sealed event this time. I figured I haven't put up a sealed event in a little while, so might as well do that. This is a daily event, so it's only going to 4 rounds, but uh, it'll still help nonetheless. We're going to go ahead and start off by sorting things by rarity as usual. And yeah, we got some decent ones. Rune Scarred Demons, definitely a very good card. You know, this format's pretty fast. Sealed is a little bit slower than draft, but if you can get to turn 7, this guy just, a veritable bomb by himself, and then he just gets your next best card. So it's pretty good. Dungrove Elder, I've talked about this card a lot in my green decks. He's quite nuts if you're pretty heavy green. And it looks like I have a double overrun here, so that's going to be pretty good. Aegis Angel, another great card, 5/5 flying for 5, so, a dragon with a useful ability once in a while. And Visions and Glacial Fortress. Visions is just an okay cantrip, and the Glacial Fortress is going to be, okay for splash, but we'll see. We'll go ahead and sort the rest by color, and I'll go ahead and just pull out cards that I think are, worth playing. Ooh, foil Timely Reinforcements. That's going to be worth some money. Oblivion Rings, Griffin Sentinels, Pacifism. That's good. Spirit Mantle, Stormfront, Alabaster Stave Off. Yeah, we got a pretty nice package of white cards, and I saw a Griffin Rider, but I didn't see how many Griffins we have. So we have the Assault and 2 Sentinels. Yeah, I think that might be worth running a Griffin Rider. The Armored Warhorse is alright too if you're heavy black. It looks like which looks like I'm gonna be. Let's go to the blue. Harbor Serpent's okay. Foil Aether Adept. Yeah, these are all pretty good cards. Lots of foils. Blue doesn't look very strong. It has a lot of card manipulation and drawing, but it just doesn't have the creatures or support that we really want. Let's look at black here now. And I can already tell black's not very strong. We're probably just going to get rid of that. We do have Double Drifting Shade, Mind Rot, Seeker, Ring Flesh, and Double Devouring Swarm. But that's just all pretty mediocre. Nothing we'd really want to be playing, I think. Red is pretty mediocre as well. You got Lava Axe, Outrage, Slaughter Cry is okay. Fling, I guess, Piker, Berserker, Slinger. But we just don't have any good removal. Fling is, second tier removal. And the creatures are just mediocre. Oh, I guess we had the Outrage, but still. Red did not seem very good. Let's look at green here. We got Double Overrun, which is quite good, but once again, we just have nothing to back it up with. We have, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. 5 creatures in green. Yeah, we're not going to be playing green. Too bad you can't. Overrun is not a card you can splash. So if we take out the green, I guess we have some artifacts we can play. We're left with 28 playables and 16 creatures at the moment, so looks like we'll be going blue-white. We have a lot of flyers and a lot of good ways to draw our good cards. Double Ponder, Divination Looter. So I think it's time to cut out the cards that we're probably not going to use. I think right away I'm just going to cut the Harbor Serpent. It's a fine card, don't get me wrong. And in decks with a lot of flyers, it's a nice card to trade off with all the big green or red creatures, and holds up the ground really well. But I don't think we're going to need it here. Timely Reinforcements. I'm not going to cut this card, but you do have to do a little bit of work to get it to work. I think with all these flyers, we're going to be taking a lot of hits from creatures on the ground, and so the Timely Reinforcements is actually going to be pretty good, even if it's only going to gain us 6 life. That extra turn with flyers in the air is going to be quite good. I think I want to be running the Spirit Mantle. It's just, if you can land it on a creature and they don't have any way to deal with it, it's just, game over. Like if I go first turn Elite Vanguard, second turn Spirit Mantle, and they're not in like red or black, or have a Arachnus Web or something, they're just totally screwed. 27 cards, Need to cut 4. I don't want to cut too many creatures, but it probably looks like we're going to be having to do that. Is there anything worth splashing before I cut these? No, don't think we can cut anything. Although it's nice to note that we have a Glacial Fortress, so that's going to help in our blue-white deck. The boots are fine. I mean, it goes on a flyer, and it just helps prevent so many things from going on. I kind of want to cut the Griffin Rider. I know we have 3 Griffins, but this card is just either bad or really good, and that's just too much of a variable for me right now. With only 3 Griffins, I think I'm going to cut them. I mean, the Griffin Sentinels are really strong at 1-3. They don't die to too much, but I think I'm going to cut the Rider here. So we have 26. We need to cut 3 more. I'm actually looking at the Coral Merfolk. It's a fine card, and it's a piker essentially in blue. But I'm not sure if it's really the thing we want to be going for. I think we just want to be tempoing out with flyers. How many flyers do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess a Merfolk will be okay. It is a little bit awkward, but it's worth running. I think we're aggressive enough that the Elite Vanguard can stay in. Day of Judgment obviously can help reset the game if you're if you're falling behind. It's a nice pre timely reinforcement spell. Boy, 3 cards. I mean, I want to keep the Crown of Empires. It's a little bit slow, but it deals with all their bombs, and right now we only have Pacifism and Oblivion Ring, and I guess Day of Judgment to completely deal with something that's, huge. Well, maybe it is right to cut the Crown of Empires. I think I just want to keep on curving out. I mean, this doesn't seem very good, but I have a lot of things that I want to be doing instead of holding back 3 mana every turn. I want to be either playing a guy or drawing some more cards or whatnot. 2 more cards to cut here. Well, the Griffin Sentinels aren't very aggressive, and I guess they're not really doing anything with the Griffin Rider. But I don't really want to go below 13 creatures. Is there any non-creature spells that we could cut? I guess we could cut one of the Ponders. I'm definitely not going to cut the Stave off. That card's really good, whether it's getting an enchantment off one of your guys, getting an enchantment off one of their guys, or just, protecting it from a removal spell. It's pretty nice, can lead to some blowouts. And we already have, moderate card manipulation. If we have 1 Ponder, 1 Looter, and 1 Divination, that's not too bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut one of the Ponders. Doesn't seem very good, and I love this card, but I think that's just the right choice. I think a lot of people would probably cut Spirit Mantle here, but if you can't deal with Spirit Mantle, if you can't deal with that card, then you just lose the game, because they're getting in for free unblockable damage essentially every turn. And like if you go turn 2, any creature with 2 power, and then Spirit Mantle turn 3 or something like that, if you don't have any removal spell, you just flat out lose. So we're going to cut 1 more card here. And right now I'm looking at the Swiftfoot Boots. I'm not necessarily sure that's exactly what we want to be doing in this deck. I mean, getting a flying creature and giving it haste is obviously very good, but I think we can sideboard it in the more removal heavy decks that we play against. And right now this looks like a pretty good list right here. We got a lot of aggressive 2-drop creatures and some nice tempo spells like Aether Adept and Day of Judgment and Timely Reinforcements. We got removal in the form of Mana Leak, Pacifism, Oblivion Ring, Day of Judgment. Yeah, this looks pretty good, and I think we're definitely going to want more plains than islands. But with the Glacial Fortress, it'll help. It'll help with the Armored Warhorse into Aether Depth if that ever comes up. We'll see what they suggest for us. And they do a 10-6 split, which I think I'm alright with, but I'm actually going to go with a 9-7. That'll essentially give us 10 plains and 8 islands because we have the fortress. And that still gives us 9 sources for turn 1 Elite Vanguard, which is pretty good. And 7 sources for the first turn Ponder if we ever go that route. That means we have 10 plains to get a turn 2 Armored Warhorse, and 8 islands for turn 2 or turn 3 Aether Depth. So yeah, I think we can run with this list here. Just give it one more look around, see if there's anything we really want to add. The Aromancer might be okay. It does pick up the Pacifism, the Spirit Mantle, and the O-Ring. So if we run into any decks that, you know, have some naturalizes or sideboard naturalizes or something, we can run that in there. Master Thief's fine. If they have like Crumbling Colossus and the Manolith in their deck, I'd probably sideboard it in if they have, you know, two or more artifacts. But as it is, I'm not going to do it. I'm not a fan of Cancel. Don't get me wrong, it's a fine card. I have just a hatred for this card, I guess, for some reason. I mean, I love Mana Leak, but I hate Cancel, so I don't know if that makes sense. Sucks cutting the Ponder. That's really unfortunate. I think the Ponder might even be better than the Divination for us, to be honest. But I think we'll leave it as is. Nothing in black, red, or green that we'd want to splash. No Fireballs, no Doom Blades, or anything of that. Although Deathmark is fine. It's a little bit tough cutting the Ponder, the Swiftfoot Boots, and the Crown of Empires, but we'll go ahead and run with this and see how we do. So we'll see you guys for round 1. I lied, we're not in round 1 yet. We're going to actually quickly audible the Coral Merfolk for the Griffin Rider. I haven't actually played with this card that much yet. I've tried the deck in draft, and I wasn't able to pick up enough Griffins. But I think with 3 and we have enough card draw effects that we're going to be able to safely get it, you know, some of the time. And it might just be me, but whenever I see somebody play this card, I almost always try to get rid of it early if I can, because I know that they usually have a Griffin that they can play, and if they get that Griffin down, then this guy just becomes a house. And a 1/1 for 2 is fine. I mean, it trades with a ton of the 1 toughness creatures in this format, so it's almost on par with the Coral Merfolk. I mean, obviously the Coral Merfolk does a lot more damage and trades a lot more efficiently beforehand. But I mean, I think it's worth running the risk just in case we do get it. So just wanted to quickly add that in. Yeah, and then we'll see you for round 1.